You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. Be sure to smash that like button. LSU on Saturday night, we know, lost to Texas A&M in pretty embarrassing fashion, man. I mean, you went on the road, played a 4-win team, and they pushed you around. There was nothing flukish about it. You all watched it. Texas A&M ran for 274 yards in that ball game. And ultimately, they added injury to insult because as LSU was attempting a 2-point conversion late in the ball game, which many question why you would even be attempting a 2-point conversion at that spot, Jayden Daniels got rolled up and injured his ankle. So Brian Keely, when he met with reporters on Sunday on the SEC teleconference, was asked about Jayden Daniels. Can you play that one? Usage number 9 from the teleconference. So here's what Brian Keely said on Sunday.
We kept him in a boot for today. We'll get him out of the boot yesterday, but his exam was good today, and we're pretty optimistic about his ability to practice on Tuesday. So it wasn't a high ankle sprain. Those are the things that you concern yourself with because that's going to limit his mobility, and he's going to need to have obviously all of his mobility and more. And early indications look pretty good. Okay, so that's good news. That was Sunday, or Sunday around noontime. Early indications pretty good. They kept him in a boot. A lot of times you'll wear a boot. I mean, I'm not an orthopedist, but I think you understand this. Just to stabilize, to immobilize a little bit. He'll get treatment and all that's great. Kelly was asked today, Monday, for an update on Jayden Daniels, and it sounded similar.
So he's been evaluated. He's in a walking boot. We'll keep him in that boot today, and then tomorrow he'll go in for his exam. And really, this is about, strength. He'll go on the Alter G today, so he'll run with no, obviously, force and keep him conditioned even through today, which is a weight training and film study day. And then tomorrow he'll go through a manual exam where effectively he's got to be able to get up on his toes. If he's able to do that, then we're ready to go for Tuesday.
Cool. So we'll monitor. Look, Jayden Daniels this season has carried 174 times for 824. Now, of course, sacks counted that rushing total, but basically he has run the football over 170 times this year for 824 yards. That is a massive rushing workload for any player, let alone a quarterback in this league. And it is astonishing that Jayden Daniels has been as durable this year as he has, considering that workload that he has had and some of the hits that he has taken. But it almost goes without saying here, y'all, that the success of LSU's offense is contingent upon Jayden Daniels' running ability. Look at the games where LSU has played its best offensively. Ole Miss, Jayden Daniels ran it 23 times for 121 yards. He threw it 28 times for 248. You blew out Ole Miss. Alabama, Jayden ran it for 95 yards. He actually went over 100 because sack yards count against your rushing total, which is stupid. But a net 95 yards and threw it for 182. You point out Florida State, and that certainly wasn't a great day, but Jayden rushed 16 times for 114. His legs were your best offensive weapon for 3 quarters, and they got going in the air in the fourth quarter, and he threw it for 209. There is a direct correlation. When Jayden Daniels runs the ball effectively, LSU's offense has its best days. So Brian Keely said it, and he's not misspeaking. Yes, you need Jayden Daniels to be able to run the football. LSU this season has accounted for over 5,200 yards of offense. Jayden Daniels, 3,390 of them. That equates to 65%. One man is responsible for 65% of your offensive production. This isn't opinion. This is objective data. This is fact. Jayden Daniels accounts for 65% of your offense. You need him to be able to run and throw on Saturday against Georgia to be able to have any success in that ball game. His best passing day came against Florida. Threw it 32 times for 349. They took some big shots down the field. He ran it for 44 yards. So they have done it at times where he's been more pass heavy than run. And the Florida game was the one example, but that's more of an outlier. When did LSU struggle offensively? Arkansas, 19 rush attempts for 10 yards. Now, granted, there were sack numbers in there, but he couldn't run it. He also, as a result, couldn't throw it. Threw 15 times for 86 yards. Look at the Auburn game. He was 8 of 20 for 80 yards against Auburn. Rushing 16 times for 59. I'm throwing out a lot of numbers, but just understand, there's a direct correlation. When Jayden Daniels runs the football effectively, those are LSU's best offensive days. So, yes, Jayden Daniels is going to need to be healthy enough to run. The encouraging thing is that he came back into the game after suffering the ankle injury on the 2-point conversion. It was heavily taped. I would assume he'll get a lot of treatment this week. Bo Lowry, LSU's head trainer, is one of the best in the business at any level. He was with the New Orleans Saints for years. Bo only left the Saints when Breeze retired because those two were very, very close. And that's when Bo made the decision to come back to LSU where he had been prior. So you have one of, if not the best trainers in the business this week getting Jayden Daniels ready to roll. I suspect that he will be and will be good to go at whatever, as close to full capacity as he can be. The good news, of course, you avoid the high ankle sprain. So get him treatment, get him ready to roll, and get ready to go against Georgia this week. And listen, I've heard a lot of the criticism from many of y'all about Jayden or, not pushing the ball downfield, being tentative. And listen, I'm not here to tell you that he's without flaw or fault. But there's an undeniable reality. This is inarguable that this team is at its best offensively when Jayden Daniels is running and throwing effectively. He's the quarterback. That almost goes without saying, but at times this year, he has been your only offense. So to argue that Jayden Daniels is in any way limiting this offense is just stupid. It's stupid. He's your best offensive player this year, has been all year. And the day I was sitting in this chair after LSU beat Alabama, when he threw for 182 and ran it for 95, and LSU put up 32 points, and he was being lauded and everything like that, and people were aching for him to come back next year and play and win a championship. And now some of you have flipped that on its head because of what's happened the last two SEC games. I'm here to tell you, man, the key is prepare great this week, get him ready to play great this week, because that's your only shot to beat Georgia. So Jayden Daniels, the good news is, sounds like the ankle injury, not too serious. You should be able to go Saturday in the SEC championship game against Georgia. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.